Man, this AI ish is truly getting out of hand, man. Real talk. I'm not believing it. Do the ages even add up? I'm just reacting to this off top, man. If Pac were alive, which Pac is not alive, man, at this point, it shocks me if anyone still believes that. You know what I mean? Keefy D locked down. Tap in, let me know your thoughts on the case, if he'll indeed be convicted or not, man. We seen someone put the pause on him recently, man. Man, I wonder whatever happened to that movie, too. There was a movie that it was getting a lot of press, like in the hip-hop news cycle, and actually just mainstream news. It was a big story, so I'm surprised nothing, like, really came of it, that it blew up, or I really heard no one speak of it. I feel though it was like an independent film, so sometimes those films fall apart. They need more funding and things like that. You know, we'll see them independent directors at times do campaigns trying to raise a bag, like Indiegogo and ish like that. I don't know, Kickstarter, I think. But do y'all remember that where Pac was? The storyline was like Pac ran off and was hiding out on a Native American reservation all this time or whatever, and they were trying to like run news stories to blur the lines with reality, like Pac was like it was real or whatever. You know what I mean? Comment if y'all remember that, what you think of this whole AI thing and just how out of hand it's getting. Daz Dillinger threw this up too, talking about believe it or not.
Okay, now the question everyone's been asking about. 50 Cent versus Big Meech.
Man, woo. You know that nigga 50 crazy, man. 50's crazy. You know what's crazy? We went to Meech's house. We sat down with him, Lil Meech, and you know, I thought, you know, big things in the future was coming, you know, because he was talking about stories about motherfuckers jumping in cars with bricks, and he just was telling the war stories that was amazing, where I was mesmerized, and, you know, him and 50 was kicking it, and everything was good, you know, and then you fast forward to the Ross thing, you know, and that's when everything kind of went left, you know, and, you know, BMF was the last niggas to do it in the game. You know, my album came out in 2005. Them niggas was fucking lit, you know, but I think something with 50 is like, 50 is the type of nigga, I think certain niggas just don't want him to be in the driver's seat all the time. That's how it seemed, because it just seemed like a bad deal. You know, you was with 50. He's talking about stuff in the future. He made your family money. You know, you would think you would be a little bit appreciative, but motherfuckers don't have to be loyal to 50 in business. That's how I guess that's how Meech felt, because he's his own boss. You know, but when you take Lil Meech and you put him in fucking acting school, you know, you take him from Detroit. I remember him rapping when he was rapping, and nobody was helping him from what I seen.
Man, oh man, this situation that just keeps going, man. You know, 50 Cent, he don't fluck around. Do you guys think that's what it is, that it just basically came down to the Rick Ross beef? You know, because there's two beefs with Fifth. We saw him make up with the game flucked that up, and there was a serious beef. There was bloodshed behind that. R.I.P. Lodi Mac. We've seen him make up with Fat Joe. We've seen situations squash, but Ja Rule, Irv Gotti Murder Inc., which we saw when Irv passed, he was smoking on the Irv pack in an R.I.P. pick right away, ASAP. You know what I'm saying? And then Ja Rule, obviously, but also Rick Ross. This beef, super heated, been going on for the longest time. Billy Joel voice, and that beef ain't never ended, man. But let me know if y'all think that that's indeed what it is, and if you think in 50 Cent's, you know, if you think that that's petty, or you feel him on that, like you see someone saying that they stand with Fifth on this, that he helped the whole family out, and Meech stood with the ops, you know. And I didn't know also that side of the coin, that 50 Cent put Lil Meech in acting school, and he also just put up a post. I didn't even know he rapped like that neither, you know. Everyone want to be a rapper all the time, man, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't always the way, and We see a lot of individuals not have success, even with BMF. Like, I don't think Blue Da Vinci ever did a damn thing in a rap game or whatever. I know BMF was somewhat involved in Jeezy's come up in career. I can't recall exactly to what extent, but everyone always want to be a rapper, right? But in regards to this, 50 Cent put up a post where he said, I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship, which I believe, of course, pictured that's Lil Meech, right? He says, I'm telling Mimi I don't want him doing drugs. He's telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I tell Mimi, chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew. People don't know I had to send Mimi to rehab. Russell Hornsby peeped he was high as fuck on set. He started throwing up at a weapons test. Then, what's it say, Ian or Land told me the little dude had whippets in his truck. Damn, yo. That's one thing we just gotta sidebar real quick. And I always point out, man, the way in the rap game, and I guess it trickled into the streets as, you know, those two lanes are interwoven in many ways, right? That even though hip hop is way much more than that, it just ends up being that way. But like, remember back in the day, people were trying to get money. Smoking weed, drinking was looked at least around my way, as like acceptable. Anything else, a lot of individuals was like, yo, you're a fiend, you're a bass head, fuck out of here, you know what I mean? Sniffing powder, popping X. X kind of was somewhat fashionable to some people or whatever, like, or acceptable. I don't know if fashionable is the right terminology I want to use, but cats were kind of doing X a little bit, you know what I mean? And I'm not judging because I've done my fair share of drugs over the years, no question. But I'm just saying the way that it was looked at, like you was a bass head, you know what I mean? Other than some bud and maybe some drinks, but then all this pill pop swag and all this other ish started, you know. And then we hear Lil Meech, like taking X and whippets, like. Jeez Louise, he was like, I don't know, that just sounds wild to me. So 50 Cent saying he not only put him in acting school, you know, made him kill them dead end rap dreams that weren't going anywhere, took him under the wing, putting him in acting school. Then when he's getting a bag, you know, Fifth put him in rehab because he was puking and flucked up on the set, and people were looking at it like, oh, this is all bad. You know, that could have been the end of Meech's career right there. You know, like this dude gets this opportunity. He's young, just getting in the game. Fifth put him under the wing, and he's showing up high and all that, and throwing up at a weapons test. Like, what's going on? What's really good? He had whippets in his truck. I said, what the fuck is whippets? I look, it's that ish that be in BB guns. So yeah, the CO2 or the nitrous, I mean. So 50 Cent took Meech under the wing and all that. Comment, you know, and that's something else I want to know. Do you think Fifth is being petty about it all, or do you think that he already knew about this with the Tammy Cowan chick or not? You know, and if you think that he did know, do you think that's kind of some sucker-ish? Like, okay, it went bad, now I'm going to expose this about you. Or do you think after things went bad, he started doing his digging and dug this up? And your whole thoughts on the situation. But that wasn't it.
Because I remember when Lil Meech was rapping. Nobody helped him, and then 50 put him in acting school, kept it on the low, and he made all this money. You understand what I'm saying? But to be young and have money, it's crazy because we was young and had money before, so I understand. Motherfucker got Richard Millie's, Lil Meech got Richard Millie's Chrome Heart jeans, 10,000. I buy some Chrome Hearts for 10,000. I might wear them shits for a month, bro. $10,000 jeans, you know, shit. We was buying Red Monkeys. Them shits is what $1,000 back in the days. Now everything is like triple the price when it comes to drip. So it's like I understand him being young and all that, but when we go to your crib and me and Murder sitting in the backyard and you like, yo, little baby ain't give me no money. He came in the Ferrari truck. He had the Ferrari truck. He had 4 pockets full. I'm looking at this nigga like, yo, this nigga tripping. Like, Lil Baby he's not obligated to give you nothing. I looked at it like, from that point, maybe 50 should have brought a bag for Meech and maybe a watch or something. Because obviously that's what Ross did or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I had in mind. Because he said it to me and Murder, and I'm sitting there analyzing it like, damn, this nigga wanted some bread, or maybe he spent all the bread because he made a couple of million with 5. My whole thing is, maybe the relationship would be good as if you saved some money for your pops when he came home. But I understand how it is to be a young black man with money.
So that was something else that 50 Cent talked about, how Lil Baby didn't owe these dudes nothing. And you know how, what did Ross, he say, gave him a watch or something like that or whatever. Rick Ross was so happy to take that flick with me. Someone commented that too, that he know it was going to get 50 heated, no question, right? But that's kind of wild. Like, it's kind of an arrogant way of thinking. Like, no question BMF did what they did, but to come home all these years later and expect everyone, like, it seems like Meech was looking at things like he still runs the A in Detroit, or I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, why don't Lil Baby got a bag for me? Why don't this individual got a bag for me? You know, like, people just owe him. And you heard Yayo basically say he thought that maybe Fifth should have thrown him a bag or a watch or something like that, kind of an a mediation way of thinking. But I don't know, a lot of individuals are saying, well, why didn't Lil Meech have some paper for his pops when he came home? Fifth put him on, put him in rehab, acting school, all that, and you know what I mean? He blew his money. Remember the Rick Ross BMF, blowing money fast. You know, a lot of individuals just want to do that. And we know with 50 Cent, it's always been the opposite. He seemed to be smart with his money. Don't get me wrong, he flossed a little bit and all that. But he, you know, leveled up. What he's doing now, big business moves, thought beyond hip hop and stuff like that. So it's kind of wild, man. Meech seemingly just had an arrogance to him. And, I don't know. That's kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you, Frank White? A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want my piece. A lot of individuals nowadays, right? Like, Meat's been locked up a long time, right? But the young cats nowadays, it blow you away. Like, who the fuck is this old ass dude? You know what I'm saying? Even knowing who you are, like, you know what I'm saying? Them young cats be wildin', man. So seems more than the situation. A lot of people thinking it's just Fifth got mad that you know, he chilled with Rose, but Meech is saying, or I'm sorry, Fifth is saying he thinks that Big Meech was uncomfortable with Fifth's relationship with Lil Meech, but he definitely did a lot for the little homie and all that. You know what I mean? More than his pops was going to be able to do, and it seems it all comes down to more than a Ross picture. There's arrogance, there's money, there's people feeling owed. It's a whole lot going on in this situation. So hit the comment, share your thoughts, stay tuned for updates. It's Coffee. I'm up out of here, y'all. Peace.